Yo, what's going on YouTube? CoachJsu here. Today we're going to dive into the demo meta that has been floating around the top 4 teams in North America. Specifically, the team that does it the best is Space Station Gaming. We're going to break down why and how this is so strong, how SSG rotates, and what this allows them to do. Ultimately though, NRG was able to overcome the demo meta, so we want to also look at that and see how they got that dub over the weekend in the grand finals of the Winter Split Regional 1. SSG did, however, put up some impressive numbers on the pitch. Not only did they dominate in boost control, they also dominated in the demos. We see 43 demos from SSG versus the measly 10 that NRG was putting out. So they controlled the physical play, they controlled the boost. How in the world did NRG pull off the dub? That is the question that everyone wants to know. We're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, there's some interesting things we're about to find out. So let's dive in. First thing I'm going to talk about is how they set this up. So the way that they rotate, the basics of their rotations is you're going to see there's 3 members here. There's Arsenal, there's Reddles, and there's Daniel. They all play different roles. So Reddles and Arsenal are our 2 aggressors. Their main job is to push up into the area in the box here. Once the ball's been cleared, you can see it's being cleared downfield here. Daniel is going to hang back. He's going to hang back around that midline, and he's not really going to pass the midline too much, as you'll soon see here. So we're going to watch this one play out a little bit. All right, so you can see Daniel, he's hanging back. Arsenal and Reddles move up. Reddles just grabbed that boost in that far right corner. And right now what they're trying to do is get a demo, open up some space. So Squishy's in a bit of an awkward situation here. Garrett just has to jump, dodge a demo from Reddles. He's just being a complete nuisance down on their half. He is going to get the demo on Squishy. And then you can see here Arsenal forces the play out to the mid. Justin now is being hunted down by Reddles. So if you think about the players that have been affected by this kind of playstyle, all 3 members up on the who are trying to defend against SSG right now have all been affected. They've either been demoed, they got to dodge a bomb, or they got to take a challenge, right? And so what this effectively does is this is opening up some space here. So loose ball comes out, right? Garrett is there, but he doesn't have a ton of boost. And now this is where Daniel's role is to move up past this midline once there's an opening. And he's kind of like the soloist. So he comes in, he has to execute. He has to either be a sniper, or he has to try to hit a double touch or something, some kind of way to score or move up and have his presence felt. So this is the general rotation that SSG has been doing. It's extremely strong. It's opening up a ton of opportunities for them to actually score against their opponents, as you will soon see here. So Daniel's able to come in and beat Garrett G because he's low on boost. And Justin eventually did get demoed from Arsenal as well. So this is the demo meta that we're seeing. We're seeing 2 aggressors up front. That's Arsenal and that's Reddles. And we're seeing Daniel hang back. Now, there are some disadvantages to this as well. So I'm going to go and find a part in the replay, and then we're going to talk about the disadvantages now. The primary disadvantage here is when you have your 2 enforcers up on this front line and your 3rd man, who's always Daniel for SSG, on the back line, it can create a situation where you have to really trust your 3rd man in every situation to be able to handle a 1v1 situation or a 1vx situation if your 2 frontline players, Arsenal and Reddles, for example, get beat. So we're gonna show the situation here. We're gonna let this play out a little bit. So Arsenal goes up. He doesn't actually get a challenge on anything, and Reddles starts to turn back here. So now Justin is moving the ball out. Reddles is about to get flicked on. And now we are in a situation where Justin is in a 1v1 against Daniel. Now Daniel, for those who know, is an extremely capable 1v1 player. He's known on the leaderboards, the show matches. So that's, I mean, in terms of like his patience and everything, top level. But as you'll see here, even against someone like Justin, he doesn't get the best touch here. And what this ended up doing is this ended up creating a situation where he's 1vX, he's 1v Justin, and now he's 1v Squishy on the rebound. Squishy's able to move up and send that in. Your two frontline people who are rotating are not fast enough to get back there. And I think what you'll see here in the NRG series, we're going to go through specific scenarios. But what you're going to find here is this is kind of a common occurrence here. And this is really how NRG was able to effectively take on SSG's weaknesses. They were able to capitalize on the weakness, which is just leaving Daniel back solo in quite a few different situations, and a little bit too aggressive in certain situations in terms of moving up. But this is the one weakness when it comes to this specific demo meta. If you do leave your last man back, he has to be extremely capable. And against some of the best teams, that sometimes isn't enough. Right, NRG versus SSG game 1. 50 at the midline. You can see Reddle's already going in for a demo on the back line there, Justin. Looks like he missed on that one. Justin was able to avoid the demo. But if we take a look at what happens here, so Justin's kind of out of position. He does get actually bumped by Reddles. I did see this. And this is what makes this so strong is Reddles, he doesn't just rotate back. You expect him to rotate back. No, he is not rotating back. He is getting his touch in, right? So he gets his touch in here. And then he follows it up by being a nuisance. He harasses the back line. So now your third man is taken out of the play. That allows, if you have a sniper for your second or third man, that allows him to put a... Nothing too challenging about that shot either. Just a basic shot. Pressure. Good pre-jump from Squishy. It's actually interesting to see there. So when Squishy hits the pre-jump, if you look from Daniel's point of view, so Daniel has control here, right? And usually Daniel's the last man. Both Arsenal and Reddles, like this is typically not the position that you ever want to be in. You don't want to have three players lined up like this across the field. You always want someone back in case the ball gets challenged or pushed through. And usually that person on SSG is Daniel. So you see Arsenal and Reddles just instantly, it's almost like muscle memory. They move up in the play. They go up to play their enforcer role, even though Daniel has possession. Now Daniel gets beat here, and that leaves a really awkward situation for the two enforcers who are used to carrying the ball out for SSG. And I'm wondering if that's maybe one of the reasons why SSG lost. Maybe they just weren't flexible enough on their rotations. We'll have to see. SSG's kind of scrambling at this point. And here's the thing. You make one mistake in the RLCS, one rotational mistake, and you're on your back foot now for a long time. Like the amount of pressure now that NRG and space that they're able to generate here, because SSG is, they're on their back foot, they're low on boost. They can't really recover from that now. So this all was broken down from one rotational mistake here from SSG, which was Daniel was playing the ball out. Arsenal and Reddles just instantly got into that enforcer mindset of moving up and pushing up when someone needed to step back when Daniel has the ball. That's the reason, hands down, why this first goal was scored. They weren't able to recover after the fact. Let's see how this next one plays out here. Okay, so Daniel's moved up here, playing a solo play, tries to get a double reset, shut down. Good clear. Daniel is back on defense. Ooh. So this is interesting. So let's go take a look at Daniel's point of view. So he's got lots of boost here. He is recovering on defense. That's just a beautiful shot from Garrett G. And the way he sets the shot up, I don't know if he does this on purpose. I have to take a look at Garrett G's point of view. But when this ball gets cleared out here, somehow he plays it up to the roof. And so that buys him a little bit of extra time to put another shot on net. I don't think Daniel was expecting that. Daniel was kind of expecting the ball to maybe I don't think he was just expecting the shot from Garrett here, and it threw him off guard. And he kind of, yeah, to be honest with you, he kind of scuffed the clear here. So not the best play from Daniel. He could have played that out anywhere other than a bit of a pass in front of the net. Looking at Reddle's point of view, I bet you Reddle's just wasn't expecting it either. I mean, awkward shot coming in, and then I don't think he was expecting Daniel to, you know, pop that up like that. So he tries to get up on it, but he's not really positioned correctly, and NRG takes another goal. On that one, honestly, just a bit of a mechanical mistake from Daniel. Look at him just hanging up. Like, it's interesting to see, but that does kind of too big to kind of critique this a little bit, this gameplay style a little bit. You got to be careful, right? So Daniel's up, right? And he doesn't rotate back. He actually cuts back in here. So now if you're Reddles and Arsenal, one of the two have to consider moving back here. We can't have all three members up, right? And if you look at it, you see Arsenal, just a little tweak to the right there. He wasn't ready to rotate back. Same with Reddles. Both players were not ready to rotate back yet, which is something I think they got to be a little bit more aware of with the rotations, is they can't have all three players up all the time. It's definitely going to throw them out of position. There's so many demos that just happened here. Let's take a look. How many demos just unfolded? So Reddles comes in. He finishes his shot, and then he comes in. He gets the demo on Squishy. Arsenal comes in here. Reddles gets demoed from Justin. Arsenal's just trying to be a nuisance there. Daniel goes up to make a small play. Nice touch out from Arsenal. No way. How did they score this? It's 0 seconds. There's no way they score here in 0 seconds. Oh my. Does Daniel score this? No way. Oh man, he went up, but maybe the wrong decision from him. That was just a hard hit off the backboard. Reddles just puts that up so high. That was a picture perfect team play from SSG. That was hit up so high that not even Justin could get there. And Justin's like one of the fastest aerial players. It's insane. The demos though, they're wreaking havoc. Like look at Justin's boost here. He's got 0 boosts. Squishy's boost, he's only got 23, and Garrett just picked up 100 here, but I think if I go back, yeah, he was only at 14. So I mean the demo plays are absolutely wrecking havoc on NRG. Look at the bumps too. They're bumping, they're demoing. SSG is the most physical team for sure. The 2 times that they were scored on by NRG that were very clear to me was when Daniel was moved upfield. They put so much pressure on Daniel to be that last man, and then when he moves up, oh man, it's just Arsenal and Reddles are really quick to try to make their challenges. And they're used to doing that with no real consequences, because they're always the people that move up, the first 2 people, and they can have someone to support them back. But they have to be more aware that when Daniel is up and he's made his move and he's up there in the front of the field, that they can no longer go for these risky plays. Gets the bump on Arsenal to throw him off. He actually 1v2s here. Just such a quick recovery to send that right into the corner. Crazy. They have to be careful if they're playing that demo meta and their main third, their rock, which is Daniel, that's their rock. That's their third man. If he moves up, they can't get caught off guard. They can't have that. Someone else, the other 3 members have to be able to adapt. So if Daniel moves up, they have to be able to adapt until Daniel has reset in his positioning. If they can't, then these situations where they got scored on twice because of those situations are going to keep happening over and over. All right, game 2, SSG against NRG. Looks like we got a kickoff goal coming up here. Garrett G with possession. Look at Justin just being a nuisance, opening up so much space, and the demo plays are coming out for both teams. It's not like it's just one or the other. Reddles moving downfield. Just a nice pass Now, is Justin concerned about the demo play here from Rattles? He is. Yeah, this is crazy. So Rizzo was really the one that popularized this. It's called, like, I don't even know what it's called, the pump and dump. That's just a terrible name. Ignore that. But that's literally what it is. You see Rattles, he comes in here, he makes his play, but then after that, he seeks the demo. And that forces Justin to just have to avoid the demo at all costs, right? If he doesn't avoid this demo, he's going to get hit or bumped or demoed out of the net. And Arsenal, you know what Arsenal does? If you actually watch, so Arsenal can aim this anywhere, right? He can aim this to the left. He can aim this to the right. He doesn't do that. You know where he puts it? He puts it right at Justin. He knows Justin is a target. So does he put it left or right where Justin can avoid the demo and get the save? No, he aims it right at his face. And Justin's forced to move because that's also where Rattles is going to get the bump. Just, I don't know, really effective play to be able to open up the net. Let's watch from Daniel's point of view. Rattles with the own goal. You'll love to see it. It looked like he was expecting to have some boost on the way through. He missed a few pads. Rattles takes that back left boost. Oh, great passing play. I'll be honest with you. I've seen this a few times now, right? So when Arsenal or Rattles are the last men and Daniel's not there, so Daniel moves up because he's got no boost, right? He has to move up the challenge to try to block that. But this is where they screw up here, is Rattles kind of pushes up a little bit too fast here. So he moves up. But that, in doing that, I don't know if you saw how far he moved up. He moved up to about 12 feet away from the net. But that is going to have to throw him extremely off guard now, because his effective area of covering the net is shut down a lot. Like to be able to get up and get a save, so he starts backpedaling, right? He starts backpedaling in reverse here. But he's kind of thrown off guard, and it doesn't really give him the best situation, and he ends up making a mechanical error and own goals. So it happens, but I think, again, a lot of that is just because Rattles is in that mindset to push up real fast, right? So, but when you're in that, you got to be a little more patient. Like Daniel, if you watch him in the Last Man, super patient. So another one where Rattles or Arsenal, one of the two, are moving up a little bit too quick. That makes 3 goals in the series that I'm counting so far because of that. So I'm keeping track. Do they score in 0 seconds again? Dude, SSG and these 0-second goals? Are you kidding me? Another one. Dude, that's nuts. That's nuts. I can't believe how clutch they were. So if you consider 0-second goals aside, like, that's insane. Daniel literally just, this is Rocket League. On NRG. That's hilarious. It's actually hilarious. No way. Oh, what a save. Crazy. Daniel moving up. Daniel is lethal, man. Like when he moves up, he's lethal. I really like seeing him move up as well. Being able to get into the play, not just be a third man all the time. Great 50-50 from Arsenal. It's crazy. All right, going to game 3. That Rattles gets a sense that, okay, Daniel's back. Arsenal's starting to make his play out. He starts going for demos. He tries to get Squishy there. He misses Squishy, but he gets Squishy on the return. So Squishy can't challenge now. So effectively, Arsenal is in a bit of a 1v1 with Justin, and Arsenal is really good in a 1v1 situation. He gets the flick over Justin, puts NRG in a really rough spot, and a great demo from Rattles once again to be able to open that up. This is the one situation, like a few situations where if you are SSG and Daniel moves up and you go in, right? And they have 2 quick beats on both Arsenal and Daniel, then it puts them in a really rough situation, right? So Arsenal not the best touch out here. Kind of interesting, actually. I don't know why he hesitates on the challenge there. Like he had a from what I can see, pretty much even 50-50. It almost looked like he was trying to be maybe almost a little bit too confident in the challenge and wait until Justin plays the ball out so that he can have control. But it ends up setting up a pass actually over to Garrett G. Garrett G rockets it downfield. Where's Justin's point of view? So Justin has the hold net to aim at here. But the pass is played pretty far out in front of him. Damn, dude, that placement is insane. Oh no. An own goal here that ends up being the dagger for SSG. So Daniel has a bit of space here. He gets the... It's actually crazy how patient he is if you think about it. Squishy plays that up and he's like, okay, Justin can shoot here, right? And I think he recognizes that Justin's going for the bump. I don't know at what point he recognizes it. I think maybe right about now because Justin's not really on trajectory. And so now he takes it, he tries to control it. And he does a good job. Like he's going to play it out to the side, which is away from any harm. But Arsenal accidentally comes in and own goals it. That's rough. Arsenal's point of view. Yeah. I don't know, man. If you're looking at Arsenal's point of view, it's a little sus. It's a little sus. I guess maybe he thought Daniel was going to play it out to the right. So he ends up cutting to the other side. But, oh, man. That's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. Oh, game 4. Daniel's point of view. 1 goal in the whole game of game 4. Such a close game. And it did go to overtime. Good save from Daniel. He's got 50 boosts to work with here. Oh, but he gets dusted from Justin. Oh my lord. That's the one thing, man. Like, Justin is still, I would say, one of the fastest, most mechanical players in the world. Like, you can have a rookie who's making his debut and really wanting to win and really wanting to get this, but Justin can just pop off. Like, that's the one thing that NRG has. They have a secret weapon and his name is Justin, and he can do things like this where he just absolutely dusts your defender and comes in and gets the help touch. Just superior mechanics. That's all it is, really. Change it up to replay here. Let's go to game 5. Another 1-goal game here in game 5. Oh, Daniel rockets one downfield. Reynolds gets the boost steal, tries to get a demo on Justin. Justin avoids it. Probably calls for Garrett G to say, watch out, Reynolds coming in. So Garrett G pre-jumps this one. It's awkward. Squishy gets demoed. Then he goes for Justin again, forces Justin to jump. Garrett G tries to play it out. And even though Justin made the original jump to avoid that demo, look at this, man. Arsenal comes in and says, nah, I'm going to get you. Like, NRG is actually just out here like sitting ducks trying to avoid demos. That's insane how much pressure they have from just getting demoed 24/7. So in game 6, NRG starts to destroy SSG. We'll watch from Daniel's point of view. Justin's insane. Like, if you saw here as well, Garrett G is up on the play. He stays up on the play. Justin goes up, right? And he's gonna make an insane shot here. But watch this. You see that? Right there. Daniel used his camera to quickly check to see where the hell Garrett G was. So now Garrett G is now on his mind. He knows that Garrett G is coming for him, trying to get a demo. And now he's in his frame, so he's totally screwing up Daniel. Daniel can't even really effectively defend this shot. And at that point, if you're Arsenal, like, you kind of realize what's happening, but it's too late. Like, Justin is so fast. He puts a beautiful shot on so quick. Again, Justin a few times in this series has just had superior mechanics. Like, look at this. Absolutely insane. You won't see any other player doing this in the RLCS. All right, that was goal 1. Taking a look at goal 2 here. Check again from Daniel's point of view. So last man. Oh, not the best touch. He gets left behind in these situations because that is the style that SSG has chosen to play. Reynolds and Arsenal both up. But we talked about the weaknesses of this playstyle. The weaknesses are that if they can get it through, right? So if they can get the play through, then you're leaving your last man in a 1v1 or maybe even a 1vx, 1v2 or whatever. So you have to have superior trust that your last man is able to take the challenges, buy the time, get the clears. Rettle goes in for the challenge here, and I think he was expecting that to buy enough time for Daniel. Just a rough situation for Daniel. That's the thing. There's so much pressure if you're that third man. You have all the pressures on you. So like, and he's a rookie. You know what I mean? Like he's still developing and learning. This is his first big tournament in the RLCS, and just a crazy performance for a rookie, honestly. But to put so much pressure on a rookie, you won't see that from any other rookie. Most rookies that come out and play, they are put in a situation where they're like the offensive player. So there's not as much pressure. Like, yeah, they have to score, right? But no one's gonna look at your missed shots and or maybe you not popping off and critique you on that. No one's gonna critique you on that. If you're a third man and you get scored on, everyone's gonna critique you on that, right? So the amount of pressure that Daniel has on him as a rookie because of their playstyle of Reddles and Arsenal is insane. So like, honestly, a huge round of applause for Daniel and what he's been able to do in his first tournament as a rookie. So he's low on boost, and he goes and honestly just kind of passes it to Justin. Like, he's aware Justin's there. But yeah, playing that out to the wall or anywhere other than where Justin is would have been better. Also, you know, they're down 2 goals and there's 4 seconds left, so I'm sure their mind is probably already, we lost because we can't have any more 0-second goals. But yeah, no, well played to NRG, taking it in game 6. Crazy to see how they were able to, they didn't really avoid demos, to be honest, but they capitalized on the mistakes from SSG. And I think to be honest with you, I think SSG, with their players, they're a brand new team. They came out, they made it to the grand finals against NRG. They made some mistakes. They also popped off a little bit. But I honestly do feel with their playstyle, if they recognize what their mistakes are, if they clean up on some of those rotation issues, and they did make a few mechanical mistakes as well. Few missed touches here and there. So if they clean up on a few of those things and they kind of grow together as a team, they're for sure going to be able to take down NRG in the future. They're so young in terms of their development as a team. So I think they're going to learn from this one and they're going to just come back stronger. Really good performance from SSG for sure. NRG though, they are still the kings. They're still the top dogs. They got all the hours together, and Justin looks just as good as he did from when he was a rookie. He's still popping off. Squishy and Garrett, so veteran, so good with the rotations, their game sense and their decisions. Absolutely still top dogs. So NRG definitely impressive, and they know how to. The thing is too, like, they know how to capitalize on missed rotations or mistakes, and they'll punish you for it. And so, you know, when SSG was making those mistakes, the fact that NRG was able to just be like, oh yeah, there it is, and then be able to punish immediately, that's what makes them a top team. So yeah, impressive stuff for sure.